Hello! Today we are going to be making luscious lemon pie. Yes. And this is the easy way to make lemon pie. The hard way to make lemon pie is by making your own crust and your own whipped cream. You can do that if you'd like. It is a little bit more challenging and thus not as easy, but you certainly can do it if you feel up to the task. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I've got some already pre-made crust, and I have some already pre-made whipped cream. But you know, ain't nobody got time for that. So you need 6 tablespoons of cornstarch. You need about 3 lemons. You need some sugar. You need butter. You need an egg. And you need some sea salt. All right. Oh, and you need some yogurt. And I'll show you how to do that. All right. So what you do is you take your bowl, medium-sized bowl, and you put in your cornstarch. So then what we do, we take our dry ingredients first, 1 1/4 cups of sugar. Okay, so I'm using my little beep. And then we got our salt, and we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'd like to use sea salt. I'm a sea salt kind of girl. Okay, so you put that all in a bowl and just stir it around until it's all kind of incorporated. Wow, I have some sugar dust. That got really dusty. I don't know why. It really whipped up a sugar storm. Okay, now we need 1/2 cup of cold water, and you could just use the water from your faucet if you want. That's 1/4 cup, and 2 makes 1/2. Great. And we're gonna stir this together, and it kind of should look like a paste. That's good stuff. So you want to mix it until all the clumps of the cornstarch go away, or kind of go away. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your lemons, and the first thing we're going to do with our lemons is we're going to zest them. But here's the dealio. You're not going to put the zest into the bowl. You're going to put the zest into a separate bowl, because the zest will go in at the very end, and I'll show you how to do that. So if you don't have a zester, you can get one, and it's got really teeny tiny little holes on it. And the thing about zesting is that you just want the very yellow part, the very, very yellow part. And if you get to the underlying part, which is like the lighter yellow, it doesn't taste as nice, and it tastes rather sour. And no one really likes that too much. All right, so we got our 3 lemon zests. And the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up the lemons to get lemon juice. And sometimes it's easier if you roll the lemon like this a couple times, and you can easily get the juices that way. If you buy a lemon at the store and it's kind of hard, well, you might want to wait a day or 2 and then try and juice it. But you can also do this. And this is really good. Get all the juices flowing out of the lemon. And I just hold my hand underneath the lemon so it catches all of the seeds, because you don't want seeds in there. We're going to mix that all up, and we're going to mix up the lemon juice as well. So now is the time to add the fat component of the lemon pie. And you can use 3 eggs if you like, or you can use 1 egg and 1/2 cup of yogurt, which is what I'm going to do today. All right.
We interrupt this broadcast for science!
Well, the fat component in the yogurt is going to replace the fat component in the egg, but it's not going to add to the cholesterol content in the pie. Now, if you want a slightly heftier pie, then you can use all the 3 egg yolks. If you want a lighter pie with not as much cholesterol, then I would just use 1 egg yolk and a half a cup of whole plain yogurt.
Okay, so I'm going to add the yolk, and I'm going to add about half a cup of yogurt to 3, okay, 4, all right. So I'm going to use a whisk now, and I'm just going to whisk up the egg yolk and the yogurt. By the way, I maybe have forgotten to mention, you want to use whole yogurt, like whole fat milk yogurt. Don't use low fat or light or anything like that. That's just not what God intended yogurt to be, okay? So don't buy it, don't get it. Just get yourself the whole fat yogurt and call it a day. We're going to add some butter. Everything's better with butter. All right, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. All right. Okay, there's our butter, unsalted butter, and we're gonna just plop it in there. We're gonna take everything in here and we're gonna put it on a saucepan on the stove. Okay, so here we are at the saucepan station. And we're going to take our saucepan, open it up, and then we're going to put our egg mixture into the saucepan, put the heat on about medium. So we're going to take some nice hot water, and it is boiling, by the way. And this is going to be 1 and a half. Put the heat on to about medium heat and keep mixing. And it should thicken, and so we're going to bring this puppy up to a boil. Meanwhile, I'm going to get our already pre-made pie dough ready to go. This looks like a big churro. I wish it were. So if you're having trouble with the homemade pie dough, I can't help you. All right, well, by this point you've been stirring constantly, and the liquid is now kind of turned into a more viscous fluid. So it should look like it's thickening up, and that should take about maybe 4 to 5 minutes. So after it looks like it's thickened a bit, I would turn the heat down to low and continue to stir for another 5 minutes. All right, so I know you're really tired stirring, and so am I. I've got another minute here, and it's really starting to thicken up. You see that? That's what you want. That's really what you want. About when you are going to stop, you're going to take your lemon zest that you remember that you zested. So take your lemon zest, and this is the zest of about, you could do 2 lemons. I like 3 lemons to give it a real pop. And then you're going to just mix in your lemon zest. Oh, wow. This is really good. This is looking really good. And really, it should be real thick, everyone. I mean, you know, you should, at this point, you should have a hard time moving the whisk, okay? It should take some effort. If it's not taking any effort, then I think you need to either add more cornstarch or just leave it on the stove for a little while longer while you whisk even more. Because something went wrong if it's not turning up real thick for you.
Okay, so once you have the filling in the pie crust, you put it in a 350-degree oven for 20 minutes.
All right, so this is it right out of the oven. So we're gonna let this cool, and you can put it into a refrigerator for 6 hours or overnight, or you could put it into the freezer for 2 hours after it's fully cooled off here. Okay, this is the final product. That looks pretty good. I just put some whipped topping on there. It looks pretty good. Let's see how it tastes.
Wow. Oh, look at it jiggle. Jiggle physics.
Jiggle physics. So 10 out of 10 would lemon again?
Yeah. Very good.